I never imagined I'd hear the words my wife spat at me that night. "You're bad in bed, Daniel," she said, her tone sharp and cold. Her arms crossed over her chest, like she was delivering some final judgment. We'd been married 6 years, and never once had she said anything like that. I froze, stunned, as if the ground beneath me had cracked and swallowed the foundation of our marriage. It had started with a small argument about chores. Emma was irritated that I hadn't folded the laundry after work. I was exhausted, worn out from teaching late at the community college, and told her I'd do it in the morning. Somehow, that tiny frustration spiraled. She began nitpicking everything. How I forgot to take out the trash, how I no longer planned date nights, how I wasn't as attentive as I used to be. Then, like a knife, she struck. "You're bad in bed." The room went still. My chest tightened, my hands grew cold. It wasn't just an insult. It was humiliation. The kind that cuts deepest because it comes from the one person who should see you at your most vulnerable and still protect you. I laughed bitterly, trying to shield myself. "Really, Emma? That's where we are now." Her lips curled into a smirk. "I'm just being honest. Maybe if you weren't so boring, I wouldn't feel like I'm missing out." I wanted to scream, to tell her how cruel she was. But before I could speak, a voice from the doorway froze us both. Olivia, her best friend who'd come over earlier for wine, had apparently overheard everything. She stepped in, arms crossed, eyes sharp on Emma. "That's not true," Olivia said firmly, her voice cutting through the tension. "Don't lie to him like that. You and I both know he's not the problem here." Emma's face drained, then flushed red with fury. She spun toward Olivia, eyes wide, as if she'd just been betrayed. "What did you just say?" she snapped, her voice shaking with a mix of rage and panic. "Olivia, you have no right to." But Olivia didn't flinch. She held her ground, locking eyes with my wife. "No, you don't have the right, Emma. You just humiliated your husband over something that isn't even true. I've heard you brag before about how passionate your nights are with him. Don't act like you've been suffering." My jaw dropped. I didn't know what shocked me more, Olivia defending me, or the fact that my wife had once spoken positively about our intimacy. Emma's lips trembled as she tried to form words, but all she managed was a sharp, "Shut up, Olivia." I sat frozen on the couch, torn between wanting to disappear and demanding answers. The room's air grew heavier by the second. Emma grabbed a glass from the coffee table, slammed it down, her hands shaking. "Why are you even saying this? What's your angle?" Olivia let out a bitter laugh. "My angle? Maybe I'm just tired of watching you tear down a man who actually loves you. You push him away, then blame him. You humiliate him to cover your own guilt." I finally spoke, my voice low. "What guilt?" Emma turned to me, eyes darting like a trapped animal. She opened her mouth, then closed it. Olivia answered instead, sharp and unwavering. "She's been texting another guy, Daniel. I've seen it. I wasn't going to get involved, but hearing her say that, no, you don't deserve that." The floor seemed to collapse beneath me. My ears rang, my pulse thundered. I stared at Emma, the woman I had trusted with every piece of myself. "Is that true?" I asked, my voice trembling. Her face went pale, all bravado gone. It's not what you think," she stammered, voice small. Olivia shook her head, disgust etched on her face. "Don't lie again, Emma. He deserves the truth. You've been tearing him down to hide your own betrayal. That's what this is really about, isn't it?" Emma parted her lips, but no words came. Her silence screamed louder than any confession. The seconds dragged unbearable, walls closing in. The woman I thought I knew sat in front of me, exposed, unable to deny the truth. "Emma," I whispered, voice breaking. "After everything we've been through, why?" Tears filled her eyes, but not of remorse. They were the tears of being exposed. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she muttered, fumbling for words. "Daniel, he just made me feel wanted. I never stopped loving you. I cut her off. The word echoed in the room like a verdict. I just stopped. My chest tightened, but I forced myself to breathe. "You humiliated me, told me I wasn't enough, all because you couldn't face your own lies. Do you realize what you've done?" Emma reached out, but I pulled away. The thought of her closeness made my skin crawl. She looked at Olivia, pleading for support, but Olivia's face remained cold. I'm done covering for you, Olivia said sharply. You hurt him to protect yourself, and I won't stand by it. If you loved him, you wouldn't have destroyed his trust just to save face. For the first time in our marriage, I saw Emma Corner with no escape, the sharp-tongued woman who wielded words like weapons that's speechless, stripped of her defenses. I stood slowly, hands shaking, heart torn between devastation and clarity. I don't know what the future holds, Emma, but this I know. Our marriage can't survive on lies, and I won't let you make me feel worthless because of your mistakes. Emma sobbed quietly, but I didn't wait for excuses. I walked to the door, body heavy, mind strangely calm. Olivia gave me a small, supportive nod as I passed. That night marked the death of the marriage I once believed unbreakable. Pain burned deep, but beneath it was something new, resolve. Emma's betrayal had shattered me, but it had also freed me. For the first time in years, I felt like I was standing on my own 2 feet, ready to rebuild a life without her shadows darkening my path.